How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another rousing edition of Miserable Commentary, as voted upon by you, because today we are doing a commentary for Halloween H20, 20 years later.
Yeah,
Can
thanks,
I tell you
guys.
something, Zach?
Yes, Chris.
I met this film 20-something years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No conscience, no reason, no understanding, no proper screenwriter, no proper editor. And yet, I return to it year after year.
There's a lot of
That's all I
reasons. There's a lot of reasons for that, Dr. Loomis.
There's a lot to say about this movie, but let's just get into it, right?
There was a lot going on behind the scenes, and Zach took so long that my screensaver's on now. Hold on, let me keep vamping, Zach. Keep talking.
Don't start talking about the movie before we've started the movie.
No, I'm just going to say, I believe...
This movie's only an hour and 26 minutes.
Halloween H20 was my introduction to the Halloween franchise.
Oh, was it the first one you saw?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
So weird.
Here's the thing. It played on repeat all the time in the late 90s, like
It did.
ad nauseum. And I had like HBO, but it just played everywhere.
Are you sure it wasn't Halloween 6, which also did that?
No, it was H2O, because I remember watching
H2O on HBO.
Yes. I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of the original Halloween, and it's possible I saw that first when I was very young, and I just don't remember. But my real first memory of the Halloween franchise is H2O. It was kind of one of the earlier slasher movies even that I had seen. It's so this movie, I have a lot of thoughts.
Oh, I do too.
It's certainly very.
Mostly why I wanted to talk about this movie is because it's just so. It's like that meme from Knives Out. It makes no damn sense.
Nope.
Compels me though.
There's a lot of reasons that it doesn't make sense, though. Like, there were a lot of things going on that I'll try to talk about at appropriate times,
get into it.
I think.
Yeah,
We'll get into it because
I do.
I know
I do
you
have
hate
a fondness
this
for
movie,
this movie.
I do as well. I think age might have slightly be a factor into that, but you know, we'll get into that.
Let's do it. Let's start this. So
say.
everyone, have your DVD players ready. Chris, you want to lead us in?
Yes,
And we're going to do
absolutely.
3, 2, 1, go, Chris. So on go, they want to hit play.
Okay, cool. On go. All right, so we've got right now the movie queued up. You can go ahead at home and cue the movie up yourself. Just put the display at the timer at 0. There should be a Miramax logo that plays right after you press. We're watching this on or I'm watching this on Blu-ray. I don't know what you guys are watching on.
I'm watching
Amazon
on Amazon Prime, yo.
Okay. Okay. So anyway.
So this is a $4 commentary right here.
Hey, this I just bought it because I didn't want to watch it and have it fuck up. So so this is like a $12 commentary for me.
Yeah, I thought I was
I'm
going to
the
have
only one.
to...
So I'm the only one of you fuckers who owns the big Halloween Scream Factory box set. I see how it is.
Yes.
See who the true fan is.
I like 2 Halloween movies.
All right. So we've got it queued up at 0, and we're going to press play at 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Now, I will say that I do love the opening of this movie. Not necessarily the opening sequence, but the opening shot.
Yes. I love the bum 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 subtitles.
Okay, how do we feel about that? Because they didn't introduce the Sandman song until part 2.
Bum, bum, bum,
So I
bum,
kind
bum,
of like
bum,
that it's
bum,
here
bum,
just because
bum,
it
bum.
harkens back. And in many ways, this movie is kind of,
Bum,
it
bum,
includes
bum.
part 2 in its canon. I think.
Oh, it 100% includes part 2 in its canon.
Right, because we acknowledge that Michael Myers is Jamie Lee Curtis's brother in this one.
There's issues with this, Chris. Because originally they shot this movie to not ignore all the other movies. And some of the proof of this is still in this movie.
This is new information. I've not heard this. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So they actually went back and decided to ignore the other sequels later. And there's proof of it in the opening credits that are about to come up after this sequence, actually.
Okay, this directly contradicts Jamie Lee Curtis's commentary on this Blu-ray, in which they talked about how they basically wanted to, from the beginning, ignore the other sequels, and that she and the director hadn't even seen the other sequels.
Not only is she
So that's
wrong,
interesting.
they have filmed scenes that were cut from the movies that would directly reference some of the stuff from the other movies.
And by other sequels,
she
we're
does
referring
say-
to 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah.
Well, I still think you can kind of keep the other ones in
You guys see the
sequence,
Cenobite
because
there?
one,
Cenobite on the porch? Looks like a Cenobite.
It's
Yep.
oh
Butterball, yeah.
it is. That's cool. I
Hell
never
yeah.
noticed that before. Anyway, you can kind of keep the other ones still in canon because she does say in this movie that she faked her death. So you just have to sort of rationalize that Laurie Strode, hey, it's
Hello,
the guy
Joseph
from
Gordon-Levitt.
30 Rock from the Sun.
I own that hockey mask, actually. Not the one.
This
I've
is, I think,
seen,
like the
that
same
model.
year as 10 Things I Hate About You. Pretty sure.
Oh, weird.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
And
It's his year, man.
Yeah, this is
Anyway,
very...
you just have to rationalize that, Laurie Strode is a terrible, terrible mother because not only did she fake her death, but she left her daughter alone and just gave her up.
This is the nurse from the previous Halloween
Yes.
movies.
It looks like she's
and-
wearing the same outfit she is wearing.
To be
in
Yeah.
to be
Halloween.
fair to Laurie in this universe, maybe she thought giving up her daughter would protect her. I guess she didn't give a shit about Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, no,
I-
she's just like, I like the son. You can just go fuck right off. You can go.
Yeah, I don't know how Michael
be on
found her
Wish Upon a
house,
Star or
but
something.
we also don't know how Michael drives a car since the first.
We also
movie.
don't know what Michael's just been doing for 20 years.
Yeah, especially
been-
since he exploded at the end of Halloween 2.
Burned to death. I mean, burned to cinder. He's just been healing.
So 4, 5, and 6, are they part of this universe of H2O or not? I don't.
they're
Not
not
directly.
they're not as of now,
No,
but they were going to be.
So this lady, she lives in Sam Loomis's house. She was his nurse. So this is not Laurie Strode's home.
Right.
Haddonfield is not in this movie. For
No.
this is
people at all.
this is
Langdon.
This isn't
So-
Haddonfield.
Like, okay, Langdon, Illinois. Okay. And that's one of my. I'll get into my first gripe about this movie, and it's kind of my gripe about seemingly a bunch of the Halloween movies is that they don't fucking look like or take place in Illinois proper, where you would have like lots of dead leaves and really great Halloween atmosphere. Like we start this movie in Illinois, but then we immediately go to California because when I
Yeah.
think Halloween, I think California.
And when we saw
offense, guys.
the first Halloween movies were shot in Pasadena, pretty
That's true.
famously. Let's see.
They tried
Okay,
to make
so
it look like Illinois.
he also knows how to go through files and find exactly what he needs somehow. But yeah, JGL here, just a young little ragamuffin, probably an alien at this point. If any of
Well,
this
this is something-
music,
Well, this is something I think they lose that I think is actually in the first movie about Michael Myers, and that he's kind of a trickster. Like he sets up these like elaborate, setups for people, like not necessarily traps, but just like elaborate setups for people to walk into, where he's going to be hiding. It's in the proper sort of trick or treat. Yeah, you fuck up that kitchen, JJ.
A little overkill.
yeah, he
Little
doesn't
overzealous
say, "Man, he totally fucked up your kitchen too," which a good
Yeah,
writer
that's
would have had him
hilarious.
say. But
No, he does say he messed
Yeah,
up
he
your
does
kitchen.
for that. Yeah.
I thought he said he fucked up the office only. Okay,
No, and then he
it's been-
says
no.
he messed up your kitchen.
When he's walking away, he's like, "Oh, they fucked up your kitchen too." Yeah.
Gotcha. If any of this music sounds familiar, it's because they took the composer's music, threw it in the garbage, and stole music from the Scream movies and inserted it into
Some of the
this.
original score is still in the movie though.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot. But I actually think this beginning sequence has a good bit. Usually when things get, like, when shit starts going crazy, like when people are running and stuff, that's when the Scream music kicks in.
Scream, which came out like what, the same year or the year before?
Like 2 years before.
Yeah,
Scream
it's
was
all
96.
a blur.
I actually
It
think
was-
the music is from Scream 2, though I can't really, like, confirm this. To me, it always sounds more like the Scream 2 music.
I am the last person that would be able to pick because I'm not a fan of the Scream movies. The reason I don't like this movie is it represents a very dark period in horror for me, where they started making horror movies
Right.
for the people that would make fun of us for liking horror movies. And I don't know. I wanted to like this. It had Mikey in it, or does it?
Well, I
yeah,
think that's
so
kind of where I think that's kind of the core of why we sort of see this in different lights, Casey. Is that you're a bit older than us, so that you
yeah, I
kind
was
of see
already a
this.
teenager,
right?
like,
So you're
I-
kind of you're kind of seeing this as like, this isn't my horror. Like, this
Hello,
is
Loomis.
for a different, audience or whatever. Me and Zach are like little kids when we're watching this, so this is kind
Yeah,
of
so you're like, this is cool shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so like this era of
We have
like
no
horror
taste.
movies is kind of what we were introduced to.
Yeah, and it's like, which, I mean, I'm pretty heavy on liking the 80s horror and stuff, so that makes sense.
Oh no, 80s as far as is superior.
Oh, sure.
But I don't have the
70s
hatred
in
for
this case,
that
Yeah,
era
I mean,
as
I will
much as
agree
you
with you.
do.
I think Scream is like an amazing movie.
Okay, so guys, I want you to watch Michael's Mask because it changes like
God.
50 times during this movie.
Oh
because,
god, you can't even. Don't even try to keep up with it because it's possible.
I think there's
Yeah.
even a CGI mask in one of the shots because they wanted to change it even
it's
more.
not technically. It's not technically CGI. They went in post production and then like rotoscope painted it to try to make it look differently, which is just like
it's in
why
that mirror.
why wouldn't you just reshoot that shit? Why would
Right.
you do that?
But that's after they reshot a bunch with the different mask too, because they didn't like how this mask looked.
Right.
Because the original mask looked too much like the Halloween 6 mask.
Look at all those Halloween decorations.
Well, they
out there, man.
they use the Halloween 6 mask.
love it.
And a couple of shots in this sequence, they use the mask from Halloween 6.
Yeah,
because that
you
was
can-
originally the mask they were going to use.
If I do, oh, there we go.
It's a great shot, though. I
we
gotta
go.
give
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
fun.
give love to that. You guys ever see the hockey player that got a hockey skate to the throat during a game?
No,
No,
It
that's
was, it was real.
yeah, this
fucked
is
up.
kind of lame.
He
I hate
lived.
when characters just appear with knives in their backs.
Yeah,
See, that's a Halloween 6 mask. That is Halloween 6 mask.
very Halloween 6.
Yeah, that is the mask from Halloween 6.
Because there was a time they were really
wow,
trying to
Michael's hands aren't
distance
even burned.
themselves. No, they're not. And I don't think he has a thorn tattoo either.
Oh no, of course not. At least the cop showed up quick. You gotta give it to him. But I will
Yeah,
say,
they show up quick, but they're like, oh, fuck it. Nothing's happening here.
But I will say, like, I still think, I'm a huge fan of Scream. I just think that, that movie, its popularity inevitably, gave rise to a lot of mediocre horror movies after that. I mean, there's still some that I love, like The Faculty, I think is great. I have a soft spot for this movie, but, there's definitely a lot of shitty...
I think my
lot
hate's
of
misplaced and should go to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes, that movie is god-awful.
Yeah. See, but there, little more Shatner on the mask. Little.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think he claimed that they used Halloween 6 mask for this whole sequence, but I don't think that's true. Even in the commentary, the director seems to be confused about which mask is which. I think it really just like is the impression that I got is that he fought so much with the studio about the mask during shooting that he just got so pissed about it that he just didn't care anymore. I was just like, fuck it, I don't even care.
I feel like there was fighting on. Okay, we lost Zach. There's fighting on multiple levels here. Oh shit.
I guess we'll just keep going because we're still recording.
Yeah, let's just keep going. It's still recording us. He'll come back and it'll be in. So
So how about the
the
ring
problem with
machines?
the mask is there was a time Halloween 5 and 6 they were really trying to distance themselves from William Shatner. I think like they didn't want it to be a Captain Kirk mask anymore, and they also wanted to be able to license the mask to other companies when Don Post kind of owned the mold. That's not a problem now though. Like a lot of companies are doing, but Don Post Studios is also dead. This opening sequence. Okay, so Zach, don't
welcome back,
stop
Zach.
recording. We kept going. Okay. Okay, great. I'll pause right now. When you guys get back to 10:29, 10:29 is where we need to be right now.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Hey, so we had a little bit of a technical issue. Zach got disconnected. We're not sure at this point
Sorry,
how much of it
everybody.
recorded. There might be a little bit of a gap in things here, but in order to catch up with us and to get to the rest of the commentary of the movie, I need you, yes you, to go to 10 minutes and 29 seconds of the movie. And I'm going to count you down really quick. 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to hit play and everything's going to be fine now, okay? It's not going to mess up. So, all right, guys, are you ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Gladiator's ready. All right,
Yes.
3, 2, 1, and play.
So this is going to require people to pause the movie in the middle of listening to our commentary.
Possibly, yes.
Or you just cut Casey out there.
Yeah, you can do
Dimension
that
Films
too.
release.
Okay,
now
so
this is. Now I will say this whole theme is part of John Ottman's original score, which I really like.
Yeah, I think the credit sequence is cool.
I think the movie would actually be infinitely better if they had used his score.
okay, guys, I'm gonna show you some shit that's from the other movies here. That still made it. Look for a shot of bloody scissors in this scene because
Halloween water.
they still made it into the film, and it's a reference to the other movies. Also, all of the talk about Jamie Lee Curtis being killed in a car accident is directly from Halloween 4.
Right.
We're just saying she faked her death now.
I had no idea this was Michelle Williams in this movie prior to
First,
yeah,
I think it's her
watching this
first movie.
yesterday. Yeah.
I know it's Josh Hartnett's first movie. So guys, fun fact: I actually tried to draw this picture of Michael
cool
Myers.
picture.
That doesn't. Yeah, it's a cool picture. It doesn't completely look like Michael Myers. It looks a little strange.
It looks
But-
more like the Six Mask, actually. Let's see.
But I drew this. I tried to replicate this picture, and I like hung it on my door as a teenager, which I'm sure my parents thought was very normal and not at all weird.
Let's see here.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's already dead.
Yeah, I love that that's there, but he's already out of the movie.
Yeah.
A bunch of people
You
that
gotta
did
credit
not
him, you know?
die in either of those movies, shown very graphically murdered. Netflix, look at that psychology
what the-
review with the
that's the
Netflix,
Netflix.
font.
Originally, John Carpenter was supposed to direct this movie. Anyway, in the like initial discussions, because it was Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter's sort of idea to like do an anniversary movie and revitalize the series, but then he just decided, nah, fuck that shit. I'm sick of making movies.
You know what the real story I heard is that he said, yeah, I'll do it for $10 million. And so that he could get
Ooh.
some. Okay, there's the scissors from fucking Halloween 5, right there.
Right. There you go. Well, they could be the scissors from. No, he didn't kill his sister with scissors. Never mind. You're right, man. Wow.
So this was
Canon.
Yep. And
I think when
so
I was
the
when I
car
was younger,
accident.
though, I just assumed that this was in canon
Through
with
the
4
eyeball.
and 5 and 6, and that Jimmy Lee Curtis just didn't know about those events.
And Steve Miner is a fucking awesome director.
It's true.
Friday the
And this-
13th
I'm
Part
sorry,
2.
This sequence kind of fucking rules. Like, I wish there was more stuff like this in the movie, where you're getting, because this is a lot of Halloween 2, especially where you're getting
Yeah.
Michael Myers sort of POV camera stalking
It's
the
kind of
halls.
weird that there's more of this in 6 than there is in this movie.
Yeah.
English literature, what? All right.
Yeah. But I do appreciate also that this is kind of a fan. It almost feels like a big budget fan film, and how much of it directly references the first movie, both in like shot sequence, how it replicates certain sequences, and then also in this particular case uses footage from,
Oh,
kind of
look at that.
highlighting how much different the mask looks now.
Can I tell you that no respectable English teacher would leave their books on their side like that? It's bad for the spine. You guys worked in bookstores too.
English
You know
teacher
what's
shaming.
And I am
I don't-
totally
I don't
not
care
using.
how much-
I totally do not have books stacked on their side right now with a microphone on top of it as I'm doing this commentary.
up. You know, I might have one or two, but they're not books that I like.
So apparently, the reason Josh Hartnett's hair is always fucked up like this in this movie is that he like wore a beanie all the time. It was like a nervous tick with him, like how much he wore the beanie. And if they had let him wear it while like filming, he probably would have. But he just literally would take it off right before they would say cut, and then right when they would say action, and then when they would say cut, he would put it back on.
So Jamie Lee
Does.
Curtis fucked up. She signed a 2-picture deal when she signed up for this.
Right. It was
is why she had to do Resurrection.
Make the movie, though. It was the only reason
Yeah.
Mustafa Akkad would let them make the movie.
Josh Hartnett did this. He did The Faculty the same year. Came out like a few months after this, so he had a pretty
Faculty's awesome.
big year. Faculty's great. We'll have to do a commentary for that one of these days.
Yeah, now he's not in anything because people were sick of his fucking beanie.
Summer Glen, California does not exist.
Nope.
There is a Summer Glen Apartments in Harbor City, so if you want to stay in the apartments named after a fictional city in a Halloween franchise.
Summer Glen is like the most California name. How does that not exist? It's like, oh, we're going to show a shot of leaves on the ground to make you feel like it's October, even though
Summer Glen feels like a neighborhood, like a housing development. Like I know there's one by me called Rainbow Glen. It's very reminiscent. Oh, hey, how about a shirt your size, dumb shit?
That was 1998, man.
I know.
Like I was wearing shirts like that in 6th grade.
Doesn't.
When I was in 5th grade, I would like take my dad's shirts and like wear them to school because I thought it was cool.
And look at that Life cereal. They can't even eat interesting cereal in this movie.
If I had one criticism I have of this movie is that I want more Halloween in it, and by that I mean like Halloween decorations, more pumpkins, more jack-o'-lanterns. You get that in like the first 5 minutes, and then you're just at this private school which is not decorated at all.
Yeah, I mentioned that already about how frustrating it is that so many of the Halloween movies don't like look like proper Halloween, like in the Midwest with like fall and shit and decorations everywhere.
I mean, that's something I feel like some of them, like the first one, the third one, the fourth one. I mean, they have the drugstore and stuff. I mean, that's
dude, that drugstore in 4 is fucking amazing. Like that, yeah.
I actually think Part 5 does a decent job of it too.
Oh yeah, because they actually have the trick or treating scene in that one, right?
Yeah, and they also go to a Halloween party.
Yes.
There's like a costume party out in a barn.
Yeah, the barn with the devil girl. This movie feels too clean to me.
Yeah.
I feel like a good slasher movie should make you feel dirty for watching it. This feels like I'm shopping at Hobby Lobby, and that's because I was there today, and also because they don't like Halloween and don't put any Halloween decorations out.
Right.
No, this might have like the tamest like death scenes of any slasher film I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't know, dude. Have you seen The Mutilator?
No.
I mean, it's got that cool cover by Pick by Axe Bye, and like it's got an awesome cover, but it's actually like really tame and kind of boring, and the cover just tricks you into buying it.
Wow, The Mutilator is tame.
Yeah.
So what dartboard do you think they threw at to end up with Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be a headmistress?
Oh, there's the pseudo CGI mask right there. Yeah.
No, that's like
that's a little more of a
I can't remember
Shatner.
which mask that is, but
that's definitely not a 6.
So how do you think they ended up making her a headmistress? Like that's where Laurie Strode has come.
I guess I think the reason they said that they wanted to set this at sort of a prep school where everyone's gone is to make it like an isolated thing, like so that they would have an opportunity where Jamie Lee Curtis could face off against Michael Myers in this kind of like big area where he could hide.
I don't mind the location. They just needed to dress it up more.
I'm kind of pissed that map in the beginning had Hawaii circled, and that's not where they set this movie, because that would be fucking amazing. Michael Hanks
it's
10.
kind of a strange idea, especially if you're going from the first movie where it's like, okay, Michael Myers comes out on Halloween, he terrorizes babysitters and trick-or-treaters. No trick-or-treaters in this movie. No trick-or-treating in this movie.
There's like a sequence when they leave the campus and you see some people dressed up.
Well, we got that scene at the beginning.
This is a great scene right here.
Yeah, this car fucking rules. This is This is like the car that Michael Myers would have to drive.
It's like Jeepers Creepers, but without a child molester making the film.
Like, do you think he waited a little while at this rest area? Like, 2 other cars came in by, but they were just like it was like a hot pink Cadillac and like a silver Range Rover, and he's just like, no, I can't roll up in that.
He's really got a thing for rest areas. If you look at all of the movies together,
I mean, at the very least, we know he's not a poopless entity.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's into rest areas because Michael Myers is a male prostitute, and I know you're going to use this clip to promote this episode, and I am wholeheartedly for it. But think about it: what's more anonymous than getting a hand job from a guy in a monster mask?
I just want to know if he dumps with the mask on or if he takes it off.
Oh, dude, you keep it on, then you can't smell your dumps.
Yeah, but you're gonna suffocate in there, man.
I don't know. You just get kind of sweaty. I mean, if you're settling for one of these bathrooms
Dog
to go to the
13.
bathroom,
Does he drive with it on too?
he does. In the first one, he does for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a little confusing because in the first one, there's definitely a shot like when Laurie Strode is leaving her house in the morning where it looks like he has the mask on, but then it's not till like later in the day that they drive by the hardware store and they're like, somebody broke in and took a mask and a couple of knives. And it's like, well, did he do that in the morning and the alarm's just been going off all fucking day, or did he already have the mask? Oh, I'm confused.
They make out much better than the people in the stall scene in the Halloween reboot that just came out. A couple
And I
years
do
back.
gotta say that this
I was kinda
kid,
thinking,
this
like,
kid in the movie is named after me. I was involved in the production.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Zombie saw this movie and was just like, they don't fucking die? That's fucking bullshit. I think a movie where someone gets like fucking
Yeah, so
shoved
Rob
to death.
Zombie has the bathroom scene, and then Danny McBride and Co did it again a couple years after.
And Halloween 6 did it before this. And I believe that 5 might have as well. Fuck, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, that's the 6 mask. Oh, that looks like shit.
No, that's not part 6. That's
You sure?
No, that's the like sort of like final mask that they went with.
Gotcha. You've got
That's
the
the
higher
reshoot
resolution.
mask.
Yeah, you got the higher resolution version than I do. Let's
Okay,
see.
so there's I don't think 6 mask is. I think it's only in like one more shot in this movie,
Oh, good.
and then there's the like really shitty like just like it looks like a cheap, very pale blank white mask.
the one with the
and,
very long neck that we're talking about, right?
It looks like an alien. It looks like he doesn't have eyebrows. It you can see it in some long shots. I'll point it out. But that's the one that the studio was just like, we don't like this. Reshoot it. Like reshoot every shot with him in a mask.
Welcome to Hogwarts.
Jason changes his mask every single movie.
Oh my God, Jamie Lee Curtis is McGonagall. It's canon.
Dude, she would be good as McGonagall.
She's not
nowadays.
British. Have we ever heard
did
her
an
do a
American
British
version.
accent? Oh God! You know they were
She's
going to do
American
that,
McGonagall.
right? They wanted Haley Joel Osment to play Harry Potter.
Oh God, yeah.
Haley Joel Osment's great, but not Harry Potter.
No.
Speaking of,
No.
this is Alan Parrish from Jumanji.
Holy shit! I feel like I knew that at some point, but I've forgotten. I like these characters. I like this. I like the 2 side characters. The woman, this girl is like clearly out of this guy's league. He's like a nerd
Bootleg Yasmin Bleeth.
who has a huge nose, and she's like kind of hot and into like just constantly eating.
She's a big fan of Scooby Doo and wanted a boyfriend.
So
that
so it
looked
looks
Shaggy.
like he did end up going to that prep school that his dad wanted him to in Jumanji, if you guys remember. Right? Even though that was like probably 40 years before this.
So this is a more
travel,
direct.
dude.
This is a more
That is-
direct sequel to Jumanji than it is
That is
to the Halloween
Alan
series.
Arkin's son.
Oh, look at
That
that!
is
There's
Jamie
a
Lee Curtis's
Halloween.
mom.
There's
Yes,
a
it
fucking
is.
Halloween decoration on the door right there, you dicks. That's a tremendous skeleton. Look at that.
It is. It is. You know, when you said that, Casey, I thought you were talking about Janet Leigh.
I was like, dude, don't be rude about Janet Leigh. She can't help it that she was old.
It was awesome to see the cameo from the cigarette smoking man from Beetlejuice right there. No,
I'm sure you guys
I
haven't
like
seen
Janet
it, but
Leigh.
there's this really old movie, really old Christmas movie called what's it called? Holiday Affair with Janet Leigh, and she is ridiculously hot in that movie. It's like from the 50s.
Yeah, you lost me at Christmas. I've definitely not seen it.
Maybe I'll check it out this year, Chris.
It's got Robert Mitchum in it. It's pretty cool.
I gotta say, Adam Arkin is such a.
This dude, this
Yeah, he's kind of just like a I'm definitely gonna die.
It's just like, come on, Laura, you can do better than
yeah,
Adam.
you want to just say Jamie Lee do better, right? Even if it's Bill Paxton. Come on.
No offense, Mr. Arkin. Your dad is awesome.
Yeah, that's true. We like
we
his
see
dad.
him around. We still see Alan Arkin in things, but we don't see this guy.
Oh,
Here he is.
it's the immortal LL Cool J that can't fucking die in a movie. Hi. Keep that in mind.
I feel like this is like a staple of this era of horror movies for teenagers as well. Is that it's like, yeah, you got to throw some sort of like famous pop culture icon in there somewhere.
And
Hey,
he has
at
to
least
talk
he
about
doesn't-
melon breasts.
At least he doesn't get in a kung fu fight with Michael Myers like Busta Rhymes did. Yeah. But LL allegedly did this because he's a fan of the series, which I wonder if he cried himself to sleep after he watched the rest of it. You know what? I think I call bullshit, because if you're a fan of the series, you let Michael Myers kill you and you don't insist on coming back at the end.
So
Maybe
he
he just wanted to
insisted
be in a
on not
sequel.
dying?
What?
He insisted on not dying?
I've heard a rumor about that. I don't know if it's true. I worked for the people that made this, and no one ever mentioned this movie to me, ever. Because it was post-Rob Zombie at this point, so this was, like, forgotten.
I feel like this
Alright.
was like a big movie when it came out. Like people
It was,
liked
yeah.
it, people saw it, people talked about it, you know, like, but pretty much since the 2000s, like, no one talks about this movie anymore.
It definitely moved a lot of Michael Myers costumes that year.
It definitely,
A
like,
lot.
I feel like it did revitalize the series a bit.
It's
Kept
become
it
lost in
going for a little
time
while.
since all the remakes came out, the zombie ones and now the new series.
True.
I
It's
mean,
just-
honestly, I prefer these to the Rob Zombie ones. I think they kind of suck.
Okay, good. I wasn't supposed to, wasn't sure if we were gonna have to argue about that, Casey. I'd rather watch this than the Rob Zombie ones any day.
Me too.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed.
And there are Rob Zombie movies I like.
'Cause as much as this movie's not great, I don't hate the characters.
I don't actively cringe while watching this. I'm just like,
Yes.
this kind of sucks. That I'm just like, okay, don't cut yourself with all that edge.
So we get a little bit more Halloween here.
I
There's
look
some
at that
decals.
Francisco's custom tees
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, dude. I hope she's getting a shirt that says Happy Halloween on it. Actually, she'd get a shirt that says I'm an asshole who hates Halloween because my brother tried to kill me.
This is kind of when the
It's like-
movie becomes a lifetime drama for a little bit.
Did you know that if Judith Myers would have just given him candy, he never would
There's
have
some
murdered
trick or
her?
treaters.
Yeah.
They're just not trick or treating. They're just, you know.
Oh, they're so
Did
scary.
people go trick or treating this early? Back in the
This
day?
year they might.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was a kid, people didn't go start trick or treating till like it got close to dark, and in these movies, people start trick or treating.
This is a cool shot.
That's
even though
the-
the
yeah.
mask.
It's questionable.
Scary,
The problem
yeah,
with
working.
the main problem with the mask that they ended up going with that gets the most amount of screen time in this movie is like you can see Michael Myers' eyes way too much.
Yeah, you never want to do
That's
that.
something you could never see in the original movies. Like his eyes were already always in the dark.
Do you guys prefer that to the Halloween 6 mask, or do you...
Oh, dude, everything's better than the Halloween 6
Yeah.
mask. Are you kidding?
There's at least a charm to seeing his eyes because it's so goofy.
No,
Do you like
I mean,
the 6 mask better than the 4 mask?
yes. Yeah.
see,
Oh,
the
no.
The 4th mask is my least favorite.
I'd say 4's got the weird hair, too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'd say 6 is better than that. I would say the best masks in the series are Halloween 3. Woo!
Honestly, you guys know way more about the masks than I do.
Well,
Yeah, I could,
was
like, pick
telling
them out
Chris when you
from
got
the lineup.
disconnected, I think a lot of the mask work was a legal issue that they were trying to not make it look like not make it look like William Shatner, and also not automatically give mask royalties to the Don Post Company, who's dead now, and now a bunch of people have the Shatner mask.
There is
for
an
sale.
awesome video that I shared with Casey. Bloody Disgusting posted a few months back about the guy that originally made the mask. He's shown like making a mask and how he made it initially.
oh wow.
And it's not as
see that.
complex as you'd think. It's cool. Yeah.
No, I know a lot of people that do that. They get. I used to belong to this mask group that's since shut down, and the people on there were like super hardcore, and people were buying vintage Kirk masks to turn into Michael masks. And to the point where now Trick or Treat Studios sells a Kirk mask, so you could do it yourself if you want, even though they already sell a Michael mask as well.
Casey, I wonder if that's why the legal issues you were talking about was why they've never really made the mask look like it did in the first movie. Like it's
until
always kind of
lately.
looked slightly different.
And the legality of these movies and their licensing are so fucking weird. To the point where like every movie has its own individual licensing. So
I didn't understand this part until I was older. It's like, oh, she wants to chug that while he's gone, and then get a new one to pretend like she didn't chug it.
Ha.
Get
her.
man, terrible extras, yeah.
Oh, look at all the blood they got on the fucking window, though. They're assholes. You don't leave that shit; it'll stain. She's gonna have to use the wine to get the blood off of the window, and it's
But
just
yeah,
gonna
I was
be
always-
like a club soda.
I was always like, why can't they just, like, replicate the original mask? Like, it seems strange to me.
Now, most of the
Especially in
masks that
part 4,
you
it looks
see,
so different.
yeah, if you see a part 1 mask, it's usually a part 2 mask. If you look at the licensing, it usually says Halloween 2 on it.
Oh, interesting.
To the point where Trick or Treat Studios now has the licenses for everything, but they didn't for the longest time. So it would specifically be a Halloween 2 mask. There are some slight color variations.
Well, the funny thing is that the Halloween 2 mask is the Halloween 1 mask. It's just, no one took care of it, so it looks really shitty.
Right.
It looks like it's been aged. It's been aged
Yeah.
for like 2 years, and then they put it on a different person, so it didn't fit right.
And the paint wore off the neck so that it's more of a flesh tone on the neck flap and all
Do
of that
not
stuff.
piss off Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, she has good anger acting.
She's
She's such a cool mom in real life.
Like
Like
these extras in the background are like, let's walk around these two.
one of her kids is really into Street Fighters, so she would go to tournaments in costume as Street Fighter characters to hide her identity
that's
and let the
awesome.
kid play. Yeah.
It's also entertaining to listen to her commentaries on these movies because she hates horror movies and can't watch them. So every time something scary happens, she's like, I can't watch this. I have to look away.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
She's like, oh, don't tell me what happens. I can't look at this.
It's like you were there.
Exactly. It's like you of all people. Apparently, she also they apparently approached Mike Myers to do a cameo in this, as as an extra walking around in the background.
Oh, it'd be tremendous.
And he was like, I'm the most famous person in the world right now. No.
What a dick. What a dick. They should have had a scene where he's picking up the mask from the store and passes up an Austin Powers mask.
I don't know.
Just
That
so
would
they
have
could
been
meet
like
Baby Driver
that
to
would
the
have been a
point.
little too. That would have been like when Jay and Silent Bob show up in Scream 3.
Oh God. Yeah.
I feel like in
what's happening?
some alternate universe, Jamie Lee Curtis played Ripley, and Sigourney Weaver played Laurie Strode.
I don't think she could do it.
I could definitely see Jamie Lee Curtis as Ripley, but I don't know if I,
I don't
could
know.
see
I'm a little bit
Sigourney
more
as
scared
Laurie.
of Sigourney Weaver, I think.
She's pretty. Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty badass, man.
No, I
She
know,
is.
but she can still play vulnerable more than Sigourney Weaver can, because
That's
you
true.
eventually just see Sigourney Weaver as a fucking ass kicker, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like Jamie Lee Curtis, we're like, yeah, she's an ass kicker, but we're kind of scared for her life at the same time.
That's true. Yeah.
Look in your
but-
rear view mirror.
Yeah, it's like they're not that far from you.
No, you would notice. Or LL Cool J, who's looking directly at the car, would be like, "Who's
Yeah,
that?"
he's wearing the fucking mask in the car. Come on.
Tinted windows, man.
They're not, you can see through the whole car just then. Oh. Dude, see, that's what he should do is seal a limousine. Have everything tinted.
I guess there's only
And you can
one
murder
security
people
guard.
and throw them in the back seats. And no one would know because the windows are tinted. LL Cool J. LL Cool J. Looking kind of fat here. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, he's fluffy.
I thought he looked good.
So
He's tired
it's
of.
okay.
He's got to work out of school with all these dumb white people, man. What do you expect?
to quote a great person on Twitter, Silvermore, LL Cool J released an album called The Greatest of All Time that had no hits on it. Just saying.
I think to this day the only LL Cool J song I know is the Deep Blue Sea song.
Oh, see, I don't know, man. Mama Said Knock You Out. Pretty great song.
yeah, I do know that one.
Oh,
His hat is like a shark's fin.
He used to wear
Deepest,
those
bluest.
cool Kangol
So
hats.
is she like in like the school kitchen? Where is this kitchen? Like where
It's in
are
the
they?
school.
It's
Yeah,
just
they're in the school.
Yeah,
There-
I think
yeah,
she has
'cause-
like a part-time job there.
Yeah, because it's too old-fashioned of a building to there's the whole dumbwaiter thing.
I like the dumbwaiter, but they could have done more with it. Just say it. They utilize it, but they could have utilized it in a more gruesome fashion.
What happened to her career
Oh, she's still
after
acting.
Dawson's Creek?
She won an Oscar.
Did she?
Yeah, she won.
Yeah,
And what?
She's doing
in
very
lots
well.
of shit, dude.
Yeah.
But she in any horror movies?
No, she's past that.
Wait, what did she win an Academy Award in? I'm totally drawing a blank.
So, Chris, you'd know better than me. I forget
Is
the
it
name.
the one where she played Marilyn Monroe?
Might have. I thought it was something else, but it might have been that.
I'm not
She's
seeing
in
it.
a really good indie movie I saw recently called Wendy and Lucy.
I gotta say, after watching Fade to Black, nobody else looks that much like Marilyn Monroe. Chris, you need to see that movie. Oh my god.
Fade to Black.
Yes, on Shudder. It's actually getting a Blu-ray release from Vinegar Syndrome for their Black Friday releases.
Oh, she's in The Greatest Showman.
Oh, see, that's
This would kind of be awesome if you could get away. I don't know how you would get away with this. Like, yeah, we'll just spend the weekend, like, sneaking around and hiding in this school where my mom also lives, and hopefully she
I
won't
feel
see
like
us at any point.
This happened in Harry Potter, right? I think it did. I think they stayed
Oh,
behind.
you got a
and
nice
snuck
pimple
around
there
before.
on Josh Hartnett's chin. Thanks, Blu-ray.
Michelle Williams did not win an Oscar, but she's been nominated 4 times. She won a couple Golden Globes. I think one was for Marilyn Monroe.
I see. I don't know, man. If people aren't getting murdered, I just completely lose interest.
Oh yeah, Brokeback Mountain.
This is the problem with this movie is it takes way
yeah.
too long for stuff to happen. It really doesn't happen until like the last 30 minutes
Shutter
of the
Island.
film.
It's true, yeah. I do remember like trying to watch this like one Halloween and just being like, kind of bored. Just skip to the.
It
fun
needs
parts.
a higher body count as well. There weren't enough disposable bodies, you know.
Oh God, no! There were enough. They just don't fucking die. It's like, come on.
They could have used a few extra, like, you know, another friend or two that you really don't give a shit about.
I think I agree, Zach. Like, the plot of this movie is weird. The fact that they're like, oh yeah, let's get Michael Myers in this place where we just get rid of all the people. It's like, wait, okay, that's the white first mask that they used. It's like it looks like an alien. It's just like
Face is so
looks like
fat.
Casper.
I love that
Yeah.
Michael Myers' MO in this movie and like the first like 2/3 of it is just to like show his face in weird places and just creep people out. Like just lurk around.
also-
That's his MO in the original. And
I
think
know,
in
but
the,
it's
in the
like-
first movie.
They like triple down on that in this movie. It's just hilarious the way
Yeah.
he does
And
it.
that is the Batman Shakespeare bust, by the way.
When we get to it, the scene with LL Cool J, he literally is like he's in like a maze in Halloween Horror Nights, and he just like pops out of a window and then goes back into place. You know what that's
Yeah.
like, Chris.
Yeah.
I do.
We'll get to that
I
scene.
was that Michael Myers. That was a painful night too. That was like one of the worst nights of my life. As far as like, it's awesome that I got to play Michael Myers in a Halloween maze, but dear God, I beat the shit out of my body. I couldn't even move the next day. I like called out of work. I was so hurt.
My friend that was the My Bloody Valentine guy said it just beat the shit out of him, and he was so sore because he had to wear those fucking work boots all night on top of it, and kind of jump around in those and startle people.
Yeah, the
Man.
boots I was wearing like rubbed my heel raw, or like my heels were bleeding at the end of the night.
God, it's terrible because like he also couldn't see because they polarized the lenses on his gas mask.
Hey.
So good times. He's in like a dark area swinging a pickaxe
Yeah.
at people that he can't see.
Yeah.
Good times. Oh, behind
Well, I lost
them.
both of my contact lenses, and at one point I thought I was gonna have to
Fuck.
like be blind for most of the night.
Then it would be like
that's no
Halloween
fun.
2. You could just pretend that Jamie Lee Curtis stabbed you in the eyes.
He's like, damn it, Mom.
Yeah, neither of them want him to go on this trip. It's like, why can't he just have a rational conversation with his mom? Like, I don't want to go, actually. Oh, good, I don't want you to go. Okay, we'll just stay here.
I'm glad you mentioned that beanie thing because his hair was bothering me. I also like how they
Yeah,
had
I'm sure the hair and makeup woman just fucking hated him. Like,
If my hair bothers you today while we're recording this, I wore a beanie as well today. So
For those of you that don't know, Zach usually looks exactly like the person from the Infamous games, Infamous Second Son.
I have
That's
gotten
Zach.
that before.
I was gonna
literally-
say, who knows that, Casey? But I guess
I have a jacket that looks exactly like that in my old job. Some guy was like, dude, you remind me of this character. He shows the video game cover. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Dude, you had like the same color beanie and everything too. It's pretty funny.
That and the dude from Riverdale. I keep getting that too with his when he
Oh
wears
yeah,
the beanie.
Jughead. Yeah, you look like Jughead, dude. I think Jughead looks more like your brother, but you and your brother look alike.
Oh God, the woman from Psycho.
She's like, oh my god, it's the man from Poltergeist 2.
I do love the Hitchcock musical cue that happens here.
Oh yes,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
awesome. That's got to be part of John Ottman's original score too. God, his score is awesome in this movie. Why the fuck did they cut it?
Because they're assholes. Oh,
I mean,
because
I
it's
know
Bob
why.
Weinstein.
That's true. I know why. It's because this movie probably, when they saw the final cut of it, they were like, it's not fucking Scream enough. Mm-hmm. Let's put in the music from Scream. That'll make it more like Scream.
Nah, and that's what Dimension had possession of a lot of properties that they just refused to put out because they weren't Scream enough. Like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Maybe that was for the best after all the Hellraiser movies we got after that, though. Like, maybe it was fine.
Then that is the
There it
car.
is.
That is like the same car from Psycho.
I love that car
Which is
so
awesome.
much. My neighbor used to have one. He moved. He didn't lose the car. He just took it with him when he moved.
And she says the line, it's Halloween, I guess. Everyone deserves a good scare. Something like that.
Yeah,
They're like,
I've
"Look,
had my
you're-"
fair share.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think,
God.
I can't remember if Kevin Williamson wrote the first draft of this or the final draft of it. But you can definitely tell Kevin Williamson is like, Halloween is his favorite movie of all time. So there are like a lot of, direct references to the first film in just lines of dialogue. See, I love the score, especially in this section is awesome. Especially like right here where you see the car and then let's go on. Yes,
It's like, if you look at
he's coming.
Steve Miner's fucking directorial body of work, this movie is so out of place to some of the movies he's done.
Well, it was so ripe with production problems. I mean,
It's not his
fucking-
fault that the studio
no.
fucked everything.
Yeah.
No, and what sucks is he was getting it from the Halloween people also. He wasn't just getting it from fucking Dimension. / Miramax.
He fucking
Oh,
licked
look at that.
acid right after this.
Slam magazine, all about basketball.
Here's the scene, gentlemen.
The scene.
The scene I was telling you about, where Michael like just peers in and out of the window like he's working.
Oh, yeah.
A
true.
maze.
It's true. Well, again, that's his like fucking MO.
I used to
It's
work
what he
with a
does.
dude.
It's what he does.
I used to work with a dude that wore that
Dude,
same
why would
jacket
you
and
open
just
the
looked
gate,
so
man?
much like him.
LL,
Yeah,
LL, what are you doing, man?
he's not a very good security guard. But he's a security guard for a school pre-Columbine, so like he didn't have to be good back then.
Whoa. Woof.
This is but this is before people freaked out about school stuff as much.
See, like,
Oh,
I feel
actually,
like that's
was
the
it
other
pre-
thing. Yeah, I was like, it's around the same time as Columbine.
No, it's a year before because I graduated high school before that happened, and this is 98.
This Michael Myers is so much more passive. If you compare him to the Danny McBride Michael Myers. Not that Danny McBride was Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like
great.
the last one that came out where there's that sequence where he's going house to house and just like knifing fools. In this one, he's just so passive. He doesn't. He's
Well,
like
he's trying to be stealthy. He's trying to
guess.
sneak up on
Here
Laurie
we go.
Strode. He
Here
doesn't
we
want
go.
her to know just yet that he's there.
that mask is so accurate to Shatner's hairline that it's amazing. The hair is just weird though. It looks like Sting's hair from Dune.
It's like short and sticking up.
This whole commentary is going to be on his mask, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's like the thing that we would focus on so much about in this movie.
There it is.
Yeah, he just moved from one window to the next.
Watch him slither back.
Oh God.
He has never moved like this in any of the movies.
Like, because he's not attacking him, so he's just doing it to fuck with him. Like, why is he doing that? He's not playing and killing him.
I guess this will lead us into talking about the most recent 2018 Halloween.
Yes.
Which I have mixed feelings towards as well. I think it's like a lot of fun. I think it's definitely a more fun, like, Halloween-y type vibe movie than this one is. But they kind of think that, like, they kind of like interpret Michael Myers as just this like shark that just like mindlessly walks around and just kills whoever he sees.
Which is more of a Jason thing.
Yeah. It's like in the first one he's like taking his time.
Let me tell you something though, Chris. That was the exact direction that Steve Miner, the director of this film, gave Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2. So he might have told Michael that.
I mean, but they describe him as like...
Well, Steve Miner didn't direct the 2018 Halloween.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. He directed this one.
Right. I'm talking about 2018 Halloween. He's more like a shark or Jason who just mindlessly goes around and kills people. But if you look at the first movie... he only kills like 3 to 5 people. And takes like all evening to like sneak around and set up these things and creep on people while they're fucking.
Yeah, it's because you're not allowed to show him.
Yeah, that's the alien mask again.
In 77, you weren't allowed to show him cranking it when he was watching all that stuff, and now you can. So you have to have killing instead.
He's putting on sheets.
I didn't mind the direction of the 2018 Halloween, which, by the way, that is the first.
I love that movie.
We reviewed that in the very first episode of Another Miserable Podcast. So if you want to listen to that, it doesn't sound very good, but it's on the website only, so it is not available on any streaming service. You weren't in it, Chris.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. This was me and Casey. We recorded it right after seeing it. It was the very first episode. It was.
We recorded it in the car.
It was before it was called Another Miserable Podcast. You can only find it on the website, so it's buried. But if you wanna see it, I was gonna say I don't mind the direction they took. Myers in the 2018 version. I really liked it as well. I mean, because Loomis describes him as having like the coldest, darkest black eyes, so he's not someone that I really feel like. Obviously, he thinks, but he's just kind of this evil entity that just does what he does, and I don't know. I guess I just didn't mind that direction, but I can see.
I couldn't see like that 2018 Michael Myers. I couldn't see him like putting on a sheet and just like standing to freak somebody out before killing them.
Well, he's a much older man. He's got no time for that shit.
This scene is hilarious, by the way.
Scream 2 playing on in the background, which I'm pretty sure this movie rips the score directly from.
Best line in the movie right here.
Having my nipples pierced.
Yeah, I wish he would lift his shirt up and later.
With a chain connected.
When he's making out with Lori, and he's like, "What? I thought all the kids were in."
She's like, "What the fuck is this?
What did you do?"
I would have made his character so much more interesting if he had his nipples pierced.
God, I wish I could have given that script note. Oh.
That's a great line, though. I'm getting my nipples pierced. I can't. Sorry. Oh, man.
Oh, his stupid fucking hair. Oh, my God.
Josh Hartnett knows.
Dude, hey, his hair was an icon of the late 90s, man. Leave Josh Hartnett's hair alone.
No, I'd say maybe Rachel from Friends.
I do think it worked better for his character in The Faculty though than maybe here, since he's supposed to be in a prep school. And The Faculty, he was he was a dealer, so it worked. Yeah. He was just he had that cut. It was cool.
Did you ever see Lucky Number 11?
I just looked it up the other day. I don't remember if I saw it, but I know
decent Tarantino ripoff.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I liked it a lot when I saw it.
I can't remember if I've seen that movie or not. Holy shit. I remember it being a thing.
Slevin is just one of those words that is not fun to say, or it just one of those words that makes you go, ugh.
Yeah. And the main character's name is Slevin Kalevra. And you're like, okay, that I guess that we're not supposed to think that means something.
It
actually
actually
movie,
means
it's like-
it actually means diarrhea milkshake.
It's like
in
the
Russian.
rejected name for the House of Slytherin. It's like she on her drawing board. Slytherin, nah.
At the end of the movie, it's like Slevin
Slevin,
Kalevra
no.
means this, and it's like, oh well, I bet it fucking does. No one's named that.
Oh, and I know we've mentioned her a lot this episode. J.K. Rowling can eat shit. Thank you.
Yeah. Man. What?
God, it's to the point where like they just announced the coolest looking Harry Potter
It looks
video
great,
game
yeah.
ever, and everyone's just like, "Too bad I can't buy it."
Yep. Glad I don't play video games. It must have taken them a long time to light those candles.
That's a lot of candles, dude.
You know, I think I'm going to refer to this as the turtleneck of Halloween movies. Because, you know.
All they need is a couple of Halloween
are we
movies, and that
talking
would be
like-
a pretty righteous Halloween?
Are we calling this the uncircumcised penis of Halloween movies? Is that what
That's
you're
not
saying?
exactly what I meant, but
I mean, that is what
the direction for that shot was walk normal.
Yeah, and he's just like, I can't.
Slump.
he's going to get Jumanji, guys. Come on.
He's
Party's about to
walking.
start.
He's walking like Bigfoot in the fucking Patterson footage, but okay. Okay, that's gross, dude.
Yeah, dude, what is that?
They're snowballing candy corn. That's fucking disgusting. And he's actually eating it. Oh, he's gonna spit it back in her mouth all chewed up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing it. Oh,
we
she's like-
get way too much Adam Arkin lip action in this movie, man.
Yeah, it's like Bill Paxton didn't get this much action, or Arnold.
Oh. He doesn't get the strip tease though, you know.
Oh God, I wonder whose decision it was to snowball with a piece of candy corn. I'm gonna say Bob Weinstein. Which I gotta say, Weinstein Bros, fuck them. But they did make The Burning, which is a great slasher movie that I do really love.
They did that.
Yeah, it was their first movie.
Huh.
Bob directed it.
I love his reaction to her telling him this. Like, what a dick,
He's
dude.
like, that's sucky. Well, he doesn't. I think at first he thinks she's
Joking, yeah.
okay. Well, now not so much. Now he's just like yeah, whatever. Take it close.
Honestly, with his reaction, I probably would have said the same thing.
He's just like, really? That's hot. Let's fuck.
Yeah, and dude's already at like at least 3/4 mast from getting that fucking candy corn spit in his mouth, and he's ready to go. He's
He just watched the True Lies striptease right before this.
She's basically like, I'm gonna kill your boner really bad by talking about my family being murdered now.
He knows he's not long for this movie. He's trying to get it in while he can. Oh, yeah, he's a dick.
I just
It'd be funny it'd be funny if he did say like, "Isn't that the guy from Austin Powers?"
yeah, she's like Michael Myers.
No, that's
Yeah,
Mike Myers.
baby.
I hate.
If he would have said that makes me horny, baby, would have made the whole movie. Would have made the whole movie.
Shout out
God
to the Mike
damn.
Myers joke in Baby Driver.
Yeah. 20 years too late, Zach. 20 years too late. 22 years too late.
So what has Michael been doing this whole time, this past 20 years? Is that explained?
No.
He's been trying to beat Fortnite.
Or let's see, back here, 98. Oh, what game would he... Maybe playing GoldenEye for N64?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I played
Yeah.
that yesterday. It's a nice
Pumpkin.
pumpkin. It's a nice
Pumpkin.
candle. It's a nice jack-o'-lantern. I have that lamp.
The green one?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the lamps in this movie, guys.
Dude, that
There are
white
a lot of
lamp-
fucking lamps in this movie. There actually are. There are a lot of fucking lights around
The
there.
long-running joke for miserable commentary.
I really like those wooden kind of wicker basket kind of looking lamps that are throughout most of this scene. I think they're very nice. I like that sconce.
Yeah, I
You
was
see
just
the
going to say, we got
sconce?
some sconce action here.
Fucking yeah, dude. That's why he's 3/4 mast.
Is that a
because he's
bird
surrounded by
cage?
sconces. That's a bird cage without a bird in it. She basically robbed a Pier 1 Imports before the scene.
I do like her dialogue in this scene, like the way she kind of describes her trauma and the backstory.
Jamie Lee Curtis
It
is
just
great in
hits
this.
her, fucking hits it. 17. Now, are we to believe that he's come for her son?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, what happened to Ben Tramer? Why isn't she married to Ben Tramer if the second movie never happened? Thank you very much.
They actually asked that. They asked the question on the comment on this Scream Factory commentary. Like,
Good.
I forgot who's the guy that does the Horrid Hallowed Grounds.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
fuck,
I should know this.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he does the commentary. He asks Laurie Strode, he asks Jamie Lee Curtis. So, do you think your son in this is his dad Ben Tramer? And she's like, who?
God damn it!
The Legend of Ben Tramer, man.
Got fucking run over by a car and exploded. Like fuck, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but no. They ask if he's who's the fucking guy who dies on the steering wheel in part 2.
That moment did not age well.
No, it didn't. It's 2020. We don't see these in our movies anymore. Also, we were talking about GoldenEye. We talked about it a bit in our last episode of the podcast. I just want to give a shout out to when I talk about my friend being a cheating piece of shit and picking Oddjob all the time. I didn't get to say that I always picked Grace Jones, Mayday, and I would always kill people by slapping them to death because Grace Jones rules, and she was in Conan the Destroyer and Vamp.
I feel like
Two
this
great
girl
movies.
is like the kind of girl I had crushes on in the 90s.
Yeah.
All I see is Yasmin Bleeth's little sister. She just looks so much like her pre-cocaine habit.
She's like the less angry lead from 10 Things I Hate About You.
She's way out of Jumanji's league. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's wearing a fucking turtleneck
Dude,
with a flannel over it.
he was sucked into a board game and lived in a jungle for a long time, man. He's earned some cred.
He does look like a young Robin Williams a little bit.
This is rated R, right?
Yeah,
It's like a really
loosely.
tame R though, man.
They
don't
show
think-
some blood. They show some gore.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's even said fuck, like, except for Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis said fuck earlier.
Oh,
Oh, she did.
she's dirty.
She said it twice
She's-
already.
She's better than saying words like that. Oh,
The scene is such a tease.
Yeah. Apparently this was Jamie Lee Curtis's idea.
You can't tease this and not deliver.
yeah, I know, because we've seen movies deliver this so
I think that's
well.
the problem because you have that scene earlier in the rest stop, and I'm glad they didn't go through with that because no one wants to see a little kid get axed except maybe Casey. But
Don't set it up if you're not going to pay it off.
yeah, here you have to like, come on.
Yeah.
No, having children in peril is kind of a shitty, hacky move, and it's one that this series uses often. And I don't quite like it, because at least all the other slasher movies make teenagers in peril, and that's fine. But even all the shit with little
And that's
Jamie.
the post-production mask.
Oh,
God.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, you
it
can
looks
tell.
awful.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Because they use the original mask and they instead of reshooting it with the new mask, they decided to just like fuck with it in post.
They're like, let's make it look like the shitty Maleficent that's at Disneyland that you can meet.
Yeah, it's weird.
And to be fair, Casey, I know you don't like. You just said you don't. It's kind of shitty when kids get axed in horror movies, which I agree with. But I remember seeing Halloween 2018, and you were disappointed when Michael did not axe that baby.
Oh, babies are different. They're annoying.
Oh God. I will say that when I saw this on like VHS in the 90s, I don't remember thinking that mask looked
There's
weird.
another fuck. Sorry.
Gotta get that fucking R somehow. Yeah, for some reason I didn't think the mask looked weird when I saw this on VHS.
I didn't notice it the first
A good
time.
horror movie would have just had his head in there. Come on.
There's the shitty mask.
And just saying,
jeez.
she should like get her head lopped off in this dumb waiter, like this.
Oh yeah, it should at very least it should chop her legs off right
Yeah,
now or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
It must be a different actor as well playing Michael when they changed the mask because his like whole
He's
body language is different.
And he's very short.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He does
How-
do the proper when Michael gets like knocked out and then sits back up.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
like a
he
direct
does-
reference to the first movie.
He does the Undertaker sit up, as we call it these days.
And, we talked about how there's like, not a lot of gore in this, but like,
Ha! There we go.
if you're thinking about the first movie, there's not the first movie's not really a slasher movie.
See, there's
Ooh, that's pretty
her
awesome.
leg's almost gone, but I mean, come on, it should be completely lopped off, and it should be dropping past Michael's head so he catches it, takes a look at it, and throws it back in there.
See, I think this is almost worse though. The fact that it's like hanging on and you can see the bone and cartilage.
Man, that must have taken a
Ow.
long time to light all those candles.
MPAA used to have a real bad thing about dismemberment, so this might be the time period where you just kind of try to sort of dismember.
To be fair, she really should have gotten her leg out of that elevator like way faster. She was just fucking around.
Honestly, she has one good leg. She is overselling the shit out of this right now.
They don't put up much of a fight.
Guys, I stubbed my toe the other day on my table and I like had to lay down for a little while.
But you didn't have Michael Myers chasing you.
That was so mechanical the way he
would've-
did that.
Yeah.
Well, that's you. That's how he's supposed to move. But I just have to point out that mask's eyebrows were on fleek. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's another example of you can see his eyes, I think, a little too well.
Oh God, I used to have that sweater. I think.
It's a very 90s sweater. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the first movie, there's like hardly any blood in the first movie. It's more about atmosphere and building up suspense.
This blood doesn't even look like blood. It looks like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, very watery. What if at the
Yeah,
end of
this-
this you just saw Michael Myers like chugging a thing of Kool-Aid and he's like spilling it
Dude,
everywhere?
I would be so good. I would be fine with that. And he looked at the camera and said, "Oh yeah." And that's
Oh,
the only time
fuck.
we ever heard him speak is him saying, "Oh yeah," like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh god.
Where's the Kool-Aid Man Horror Nights haunt? He pops through walls and shit. It works perfect.
It's a cool
Okay,
shot.
see, yeah. It doesn't explain why she's got a hole through her in the movie, though.
Because
It's
he
just kind of
fucking ripped it through her.
with a butcher knife, which is kind of difficult.
Yeah.
See, I like Michael Moore when he gets a little.
You said
creative
Michael
and-
Moore. Sorry.
I don't like Michael Moore. Let's see.
Michael when he's being more creative with his kills.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think you could pay me to watch a political.
Why would you
documentary
stop
from
right
either side.
there?
Yeah, because
You gotta
they're
explain
in like
plot.
because they're in a jungle now because those plants totally don't fit where the fuck they are.
Michael does take more punches in this
I just assume in
film than
California,
any of the
there's fucking-
series.
Yeah, stab him in the face, you bitch. Okay. Okay, this is why I wish they went with the original direction that Michael was
How
just going
dare
to be
you.
a copycat killer for this whole movie.
Oh, like Halloween or Friday 5?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a ripoff of Roy, but it makes more sense than an EMT being at the end of the movie.
Oh no, the ending that they tried to shoe in for six to do six makes no freaking sense, and it's literally like impossible.
No, it wasn't 6, it was Resurrection.
Resurrection, I mean, that's right, Resurrection.
yes.
Yeah, literally impossible
Yes.
for that explanation to work.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
it was
the explanation for him being alive and
Yeah, we'll get to
Resurrection?
that. We'll get to that, but yeah. That's,
So
that's-
apparently that was like in their deal with Jamie Lee Curtis, because she only would do the movie if she killed him at the end of this, and Mustafa Akkad was like, "You cannot kill him, like he has to be alive at the end of every movie to do a sequel."
And see, I heard Bob Weinstein fucking
is a cool sequence.
insisted on killing him too. Like really, really wanted it to happen.
Yeah, and they basically reached this compromise where, you can, Laurie Strode thinks that she kills him. The audience, for all intents and purposes, thinks that she kills him, but you can still write in this really hackneyed excuse for the sequel.
Yeah, you can't. That
Mask
does
is-
not hold water. Probably one of the
This
most.
mask is terrible.
There you go. There it is.
Not the
too much
mask
eyes.
he was wearing in the previous shot.
Probably
by
the
the way.
most
No.
famous shot from this movie.
Yeah.
It's a good. I like
He's a
that shot.
fast fucking runner.
That's like the shot. When I think of this movie, I think of that shot. So
Yeah.
It's a
You
cool.
think
It's, a cool
it's
sequence.
really a shame he didn't stab him in an artery.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean in real life, not just in the movie. His hair's bothering me. Let's see. Some sconce action at the end of the hallway.
Casey's just mad because he can't get his hair to look like that.
A lot of fucking open windows in this school.
God, I don't think I could roll out of bed fast enough.
So they brought back the do as I say.
You think she would have?
She's gone into babysitter mode again.
If Michael Myers was going to kill you, don't you think you'd get a bigger gun or maybe a machine gun of some kind? I'm just saying.
Do they have that, Casey?
No. You know what though?
Oh, big mistake, Adam.
This latest Halloween movie, she had all kinds of guns.
She did.
2018 version. Oh.
And then they had to like force a reason for Michael Myers to come after her in the movie.
Okay, so this scene that doesn't
Crazy Dr.
age...
Loomis.
LL Cool J's clearly fucking dead here, you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets fucking shot.
But no, everything's okay.
Was it in?
But
So
you know,
was it in production that they decided like, nah, let's not kill him?
You know, I'm not sure, but the same shit happened in Deep Blue Sea that he clearly dies and comes back at the end of that movie too.
I haven't seen Deep Blue Sea in so fucking long.
It doesn't hold up effects wise, but otherwise it's pretty good.
I've heard it's like Anaconda. It's like enjoyably bad.
Yeah, Anaconda
There we
I
go.
watched more recently, since it's on HBO, or it was. Oh, he's like a ventriloquist. Oh, hi,
Well,
Lori.
that's like the kill in part 2.
I think I get the point now
With the
about Michael Myers.
scalpel.
Aw.
I think the only thing I don't like about that mask is that you can see the eyes. But other than that, I think it looks pretty fucking cool. He's got like a pop collar too.
Oh, yeah, he does that in like half the movies, and sometimes it's just half the scenes in half the movies.
I love the way he falls down.
Donk.
It does look like...
Look at
looks
him
like-
sit like that.
Oh, that's what he does in part 1. Yeah, that's how he kind of sits in part 1.
I was joking. Never mind. Forget it.
He gets up like Abraham Lincoln at Disneyland.
Fourscore and 7 years ago.
Yeah, in the commentary, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, that mask looks weird to me. I don't like that.
Oh god, look how long the neck flap is on that. It's terrible. It's like it was made for Josh Hartnett to wear it with his long ass neck and stupid
How
hair.
did I not notice that as a kid? I never noticed the mask changing or
See,
anything.
like, you know, I didn't because I was watching it on VHS quality shit. I
Right,
mean, I
yeah,
think
me
that's
too.
our out for sure. Like, we didn't
too.
have this kind of resolution.
Yeah.
Especially you with the Blu-ray, because I think I'm just in. I think I'm just in vaguely some kind of high definition right now.
I mean, this Blu-ray with the new behind the scenes and the commentary for this one particularly like sold me on the set.
I'm still waiting for my Friday the 13th set because
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
soon,
going to be
baby.
amazing.
Soon. I think just like in like 2 weeks.
Rub
I
it
did
in.
tell you that Crystal Lake Memories and Never Sleep Again are both on Shudder again, right? Like
Oh yeah.
now. Oh, and for those of you listening to this episode before early October, the WNUF Halloween special is going to be back on Shudder.
Oh, by the way, she says drive down to the Beckers, referencing Casey Becker from Scream. Because
Terrible.
in Scream, they say drive down to the Mackenzies, which is a reference to Halloween.
I gotta say, I liked it more when it was Nightmare on Elm Street and Evil Dead referencing each other.
Oh, yeah. Now shit's going to get real.
Yeah, because they don't
This
have
is pretty awesome.
LL Cool J.
This is also the original score back in.
You would have sliced the fuck out of your Achilles tendon doing that in real life. By the way, that would have
she's
been
a
a
badass.
horrible problem. Unless
It'd
she's
be
wearing
scary
boots.
driving down that windy road.
They look like
It's
pretty
like the
thick
Hollywood
shoes.
Hills.
I do like Jamie Lee Curtis wielding an axe. It's a good
Yeah,
visual.
it's pretty fucking awesome. I wish she'd done this in
And-
the 2018 version.
Yeah, they just kind of stuck with guns with her in that one.
Yeah.
It's kinda...
I mean, to be fair, more effective.
Well, wasn't very effective at the end of Halloween 1. Just saying.
It's like a weird version of Hamlet they're doing.
Yeah.
Also, her stalking doesn't last too long.
She's just kind of like, where are you at, motherfucker? Oh.
Like if they had immediately cut into like her setting up traps Home Alone style, that would be awesome. That's pretty good.
That's a good shot right there.
That's a one-handed pull-up he was doing. That takes some strength.
He's been doing some work lifting, you know. He's got to be doing something.
I hope that was
Lifting and
the great...
shitting, man. That's what he's been doing.
I have no idea who Michael Myers is in this movie. Oh, my dog's barking.
I want to see. Did Jamie Lee Curtis do a commentary for Resurrection? Because that'd be hilarious.
I don't think so.
She wanted
She's
nothing
not
to
in
do
that
with
movie
that
long
movie.
enough,
I know, that's why it'd be funny.
and probably hates it just as much as everyone does.
Yeah, this is a cool sequence too.
I tried to rewatch that I rewatched that when I bought the set, and I was like, never again.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Ugh. I was like, wait, I remember they go back to like Michael Myers' house and they like explore. I think that movie does actually explain like that he's been there for 20 years, that he's like lived in his house in like the basement.
Oh yeah, because he's got that little like hidey hole there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But then I rewatched it and was like, oh, fuck this movie.
Why doesn't Michael just go fuck this shit and jump to the floor?
Or flip the table or something.
He does flip the tables, but
He's having
No,
fun.
I mean, look, he could jump through the table.
Boom, boom.
Those are just the tables they throw people through on wrestling, dude. He could totally jump through one of those. He's Michael Myers.
Just looked like it was fun to film.
Yeah.
I would enjoy doing that. It would suck for Jamie Lee's stunt double, very clearly in that image there.
California, motherfucker.
Yeah. He's not a vampire. Sorry.
No, she needed to like do that, like go through his head for that to work.
How dope would this movie be if he was just a vampire this whole time? And we didn't know?
He just like flies away.
She goes to cut off his head and he turns into a fucking bat.
Dude, that would be a plot twist right there.
I feel like when I
The
was
whole
in
time
like
he was a vampire.
6th grade and I was watching this, I came up with a sequel idea in my mind in which like Michael Myers goes undercover and like infiltrates her life.
She is a horrible shot.
Well, you don't throw knives from the handle. You throw them from the blade, and she's throwing them from the handle every time. So, oh god, it just looks
she's
like
a
he
school
spilled
mistress,
food on
not a-
himself. I hate this wound on his chest.
Chris, what were you saying? I'm sorry, man.
Oh, I had this idea in my mind for a sequel to this movie when I was like in 6th grade, and it was like Michael Myers like infiltrates her life for like a year, and he's
Oh.
like played by a different actor. And then the twist at the end of this movie is that like this guy in her life has been Michael Myers the whole time because she doesn't
Oh.
know what he looks like.
I guess that's true, yeah.
It was a stupid idea, but I was like, that'd be funny.
And that was a hell of a table bump right
And
there.
I was like, and he's played by Harrison Ford.
Oh god.
Should've-
would be-
She should have chokeslammed him, man.
Oh god, him just mumbling his way through being Michael Myers would be so amazing. Oh, I was really talking this whole time. I was just mumbling. Let's see. It wasn't a replicant. God.
Him pointing his
You know,
finger at her like, listen, I'm Michael Myers.
Really. Oh God. The President of the United States of America.
Can't wait till I can watch Air Force One without any sense of irony again.
It's gonna be a while. Unfortunately, I think it might be a while. Damn it. Do it, coward. Oh, fuck you, LL. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Why?
What good does this do? What good does this do? If he's dead, just let her stab him. It's not hurting anyone.
Yeah. See, LL was playing it smart, man. He was like, I've been grazed. I'm just going to play dead this whole time because I know what happens. You know? He was doing the smart thing.
I have had dreams where I've acted like that before. And you know what? I usually come back to actually fight the bad guy.
This is the point where I'm always like, God, this movie's fucking short.
Oh, God, he's got his Bobby Lashley headband on now. Oh, that one's for the wrestling fans. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's keep the mask on when we put him in the body bag.
They would totally do that. They would just keep it on. They would totally do that.
Okay, so you're telling me that for Resurrection to happen, in between now and when he gets in that car, Michael Myers has switched him for somebody else.
It happened right before this scene.
Right before this scene? Bullshit.
Yeah. Like an EMT went to check his vitals, and when he did, Michael Myers crushed his vocal cords.
I mean, that's the only way for it to...
speak.
That's the only way for it to have conceivably worked at all. And yeah, he crushed his vital organs so he couldn't talk.
Right.
And he would lunge after her and try and murder her in this car.
Yeah, it's not canon in my mind. In my mind, this is Michael Myers.
No, like, if that was an EMT that he'd switch places with, that EMT would be dead, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, you know who was an EMT that traded places with the slasher? Roy from Part 5 of Friday the 13th, the Superior series. Oh, just saying. Hey, I'm here inside this body bag. I'm in this other guy's costume. Can you let me out, please? It's kind of sad when that shitty Funhouse Fair movie we watched had a more realistic version of this.
Okay, so before this is over,
Funhouse
guys,
Massacre.
before this is over, what worst movie of the franchise?
Still 5.
worst?
Oh, see, there are things I like about 5.
Resurrection. How can you say 5 is worse than 6 and Resurrection?
Yeah.
Cause Busta Rhymes, I like him as a person.
Here we go.
No. I almost don't even feel like the Rob Zombie movies are part of the series. Like I almost feel like they're their own series.
Yeah,
Well, they came in the Scream Factory box set.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's just take
That's
a moment
weird.
to appreciate that this was pretty awesome the first time you saw it. If you're a fan of the franchise and you're finally seeing her like get her revenge on this guy,
Yeah.
this was pretty
She's
awesome.
not fucking. She's just like, yep, get up, so I can hit you again.
Because this was her return to the series after part 2. She had been gone for a while.
You know what would have been hilarious if he just fell in a fucking well right now? Like at the end of Halloween.
Also, apparently that car was not supposed to do that many flips.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm not sure if Lori would have survived this fall. That's a lot of
She gets thrown right there.
Yeah, she's thrown clear for a little bit anyway.
This is pretty cool, though. Ridiculous, but pretty awesome.
Shit.
He looks like a stop motion puppet when that happens. It's kind of cool,
Yeah,
though.
it's very weird.
Like how the Mandalorian intentionally makes, like the creatures look like stop motion even though they're CG.
And by the way, I am pissed that Scream Factory set came out before Halloween 2018. So
It's
not
a little
included.
weird because it throws everything off. At least with Friday the 13th's legal issues, that set's going to be complete for a while.
Oh. God.
Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
I don't know. They phoned it in on everything after Jason Takes Manhattan. Like nothing else has like extra new shit on there. I was looking at it's just reissues.
I'm excited about the Jason Goes to Hell extras.
Yeah, I'm really into the new Friday the 13th Part 2 extras. So because we're seeing gore footage that's been lost for like 30 years, which is pretty cool.
Guys, this is one of the most fuck yeah moments in horror.
It's true.
I like
everything about this.
Whether it's canon or not, it was totally just badass.
Well, in my mind, this was totally canon for a while. Like I was just like,
Allegedly.
that is how you fucking kill. That is how you get rid of a fucking heavy hitter.
Because it never
Allegedly,
happens.
he was gonna say Lori back. Allegedly, and then they decided to not do it.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, that would have sucked really bad.
He was gonna say what?
Lori back when she said Michael.
Oh no.
And I like that he's clearly trying to trick her. Like, he's clearly like, oh, help me, yeah. You can see in his eyes, like, fucking come here so I can kill you before I die.
Okay, no thorn tattoo. We would have seen it.
And then she's just like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, that's right. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking like you.
We still never resolved my horrible drinking
So
problem.
good, man. I love the glazed over look in his eyes, too. So good. Sorry, the ending of this movie is awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Pretty tremendous.
And she's like doing the breathing. She's doing like the
Yeah.
Michael Myers heavy breathing.
Perfect.
Just pretend that the next one didn't happen for
Yeah.
many reasons.
Yep. So that's Halloween H2O, warts and all. We got a soft spot for it.
I still have fun with it. They just needed to bump up the Halloween a bit, bump up some of the body count, some of the effects. The setting is weird, but it sort of works. It needs more window dressing, you know? And
Yeah.
but it's fun. It has its place in Halloween history. It should not be forgotten. And again, it has one of the most hell yeah endings in a horror movie that I think is underappreciated nowadays and overlooked since it's been rebooted so many times. But it still remains, and I think people should check it out. It has its place in the franchise of the Halloween franchise.
Looking forward to Halloween Kills coming out whenever the fuck the world goes back to normal.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure when that shit's coming out. But
Hopefully before Jamie Lee Curtis
I would
dies.
love them to get Josh Hartnett to make a cameo and just be like, what the fuck in the background? Like, what about me?
dude, I wonder if his head's just shaved bald now because he was so tired of people saying his hair looks stupid.
It's just like a scene where he runs up to her in the streets and be like, what the fuck, mom?
And she's just like, get a fucking haircut.
So yeah, guys, that was our Halloween H2O commentary, voted upon as by you, so I hope you enjoyed it. Apologies for the technical issues. I don't know why that keeps happening, but hopefully next time we'll have it cleared up by the time we do Trick or Treat next month.
Hashtag Zach sucks.
I'm looking forward to Trick or Treat, you guys. I mean, I'm a big fan of Michael Dougherty. I watch it every year. Should be a lot of fun.
It's the
Wrong movie.
wrong one, Chris.
Wrong movie.
Wait, what?
Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat.
Or treat.
Came out in 1986. Also a cult classic. You are in for a treat, sir. A trick or treat.
Oh dear
God's
God.
chosen warrior, Sammy Kerr.
All right, guys, stay tuned for that. Trick or treat.
No false metal.
Later, guys.